for the biggest election battle here in Telangana, and it is as exciting as this ride for me. Election Yatra brings you closer to the voices on the ground, and with KCR now facing anti-incumbency even as he's eyeing a third term, and more importantly Prime Minister Narendra Modi's big pitch of making a backward class leader as the Chief Minister of this state if voted to power, and the Congress's 6 guarantees all playing out in the political arena of the state. Which way is the rural voter thinking? To get you the voices, we are on this election yatra visiting multiple constituencies here in the state of Telangana, and more importantly getting you voices from the backward class community which occupies 52% of Telangana's population. Come on this exciting journey with me on the ground.
हमारी सरकार गरीबों के लिए काम करती है.
రైతులను కాపాడి 24 గంటల కరెంట్ ఇచ్చి బ్రహ్మాండమైన పద్ధతిలో ఈ రాజ్యాన్ని ముందుకు తీసుకొని పోతా ఉన్నాం.
बीआरएस और कांग्रेस यहां कभी भी किसी बीसी को सीएम नहीं बनने देगी. पूर्ण बहुमत वाली सरकार का ओबीसी प्रधानमंत्री पहली बार बना. पूर्ण बहुमत वाली सरकार का बीजेपी का सीएम भी ओबीसी पहली बार यहां बनने वाला है.
The Gaud community majorly engaged in the traditional profession of toddy tapping. As you can see, we are in one such farm. They are one of the core vote banks of the BC community, and they are numerically strong and are spread across Telangana. In fact, in Brahmanapalli, where I am currently at, toddy is the main source of income for a lot of people. For lakhs of people here who have been relying on welfare schemes such as crop insurance, toddy insurance, scholarship for their children, and more importantly sowing of these toddy plants for their livelihood. And as of now, the ruling BRS government has covered them on a range of schemes. But are these schemes actually reaching to the people, and what is their report card? So I am being joined by some traditional toddy tappers. They're all Telugu speaking people. Have managed to get some Hindi speakers here, but majorly they will be talking to us in Telugu. Sir, me pratikriya enti.
ఇప్పుడైతే బాగానే నడుస్తుంది.
It doesn't matter who becomes the chief minister as long as they work for all of us. KCR has helped toddy farmers to grow.
Look at these trees around you. The state government waived off tax on toddy trees and even source samplings.
ఎంత వస్తది?
2000 వస్తుంది.
మరి ఇంకా అన్ని ఇస్తాడు.
My husband also gets a pension of 2000 rupees.
अभी कांग्रेस 6 गारंटीज लेकर आ रहा है. उसमें 500 रुपीस गैस सिलेंडर, फिर फ्री बस राइड महिलाओं के लिए, फिर अलावेंस घर बनाने
వాళ్ళు వచ్చినాక మాట కానీ ఇప్పుడైతే ఏది లేదు కాంగ్రెస్ గురించి.
नहीं, पावर के बाद सत्ता में अगर वोट आता है तो उसके बाद वो लोग देंगे.
नहीं पावर तो अभी 24 तास पावर दे रहा ये केसीआर ने. वो कांग्रेस प्रभुत्व में 3 घंटा 4 घंटा का पावर दिया था. अभी तो 24 तास लाइन चालू है अपना.
करंट चल रहा है हमारा. इधर पूरा 24 घंटा करंट दे रहा है. करंट का कुछ प्रॉब्लम नहीं, पानी का कुछ प्रॉब्लम नहीं. ये केसीआर आया जब से बारिश भी फुल है और आदमी भी अच्छा जी रहे.
अभी
ये दो का तो कुछ डोका नहीं, पानी का करंट का.
रेवंत रेड्डी को कैसे देखते हैं?
रेवंत रेड्डी
कांग्रेस
हमारा मालूम ही नहीं उन्हें.
मालूम ही नहीं है
कांग्रेस मालूम.
इधर स्ट्रॉन्ग कौन है?
स्ट्रांग तो अभी पहले एनटी रामाराव था.
टीडीपी.
हाँ जब था, अभी इन्हें आया. उन्हें आया जब से पब्लिक जो है 50% होशियार हुआ।
केसीआर के बाद
केसीआर से पहले एनटी रामाराव आए जब से 50% होशियार हुआ
ठीक है।
पब्लिक।
केसीआर के बाद आने के बाद क्या चेंज है तेलंगाना में?
रुपये चेंज है।
फाइनल आपके पास ही आऊंगी। और क्या करना चाहिए, मतलब यहाँ पे पावर आप लोगों को पावर केसीआर ने दिया है, आप कह रहे हैं कि ये जो पेड़ है ये भी उन्होंने ही पौधा डाला है और ये लैंड का लीज भी,
टैक्स भी बंद किया,
टैक्स भी बंद किया है।
टैक्स भी बंद किया।
ఉచితం చెట్లు తీసుకోవాలి వాళ్ళు కళ్ళు గీస్తే వారే చెట్లు తీసుకోవాలి
पहले एक एक झाड़ को 25 रुपए बनता है गवर्नमेंट टैक्स, अभी बंद किया केसीआर। पूरा प्रभुत्व पे पूरा बंद किया है।
पूरा गौड़ कम्युनिटी केसीआर को वोट करेगा?
करना पड़ता आज सब जी रही, सब जाड़ा लगाया जी रही हम लोग का
लेकिन
पूरा।
बीसी बंधु नहीं आया ना आपके पास?
बीसी बंधु कोई भी नहीं है इधर।
वो एमएलए जो है ना अपना गांव का आदमी है।
The general overarching statement here is that by removing tax on these toddy trees and moreover sowing them and increasing the lease of this land from 5 years to 10 years now and giving free power, farmers in general believe, toddy tappers here general believe that there has been some amount of work that has been put in by KCR. There is obviously a sense of lack of faith when it comes to other political parties, but having said that, they are not rubbing aside that option. But on the question of whether there should be a BC Chief Minister, interesting answers there where they say that it does not matter who is the Chief Minister as long as we are getting the work done and we are getting all the schemes that we are getting currently from the government. Several schemes have not been covered. BC Bandhu 1 lakh financial assistance, they say they have not got that. Double bedroom houses they have not received. But overall their report card is perhaps tilting a little towards the TRS. But let's find out what the other communities think as well.
The caste factor, though not a decisive one in the last 2 assembly elections, is shaping up to be a key focal point this time around. With more than 34 candidates in the fray, BJP has given the highest number of tickets to OBC leaders, followed by the BRS and the Congress. There has never been a backward class chief minister, even in the history of a united Andhra Pradesh. KCR's friend turned foe, Itala Rajender, has pitched himself as BJP's OBC face and has declared himself as the most deserving CM candidate.
The BJP definitely has several OBC faces, chief ministerial probables, but of course somebody who has been grabbing the headlines, and for rightfully so, because of his strong presence on the ground. He's a dyed-in-the-wool leader, Mr. Itala Rajender. Sir, पहली बात तो क्या मैं एक फ्यूचर चीफ मिनिस्टर से बात कर रही हूँ यहाँ पे?
मैं कैसा बोल सकता हूँ? हमारा पार्टी विल डिसाइड वो विल द चीफ मिनिस्टर. एंड सेकंड थिंग, हमारा तेलंगाना हवा में पहले सोचना चाहिए, वो डिसाइड करेगा, उसके बाद पार्टी डिसाइड करेगा.
लेकिन ये क्या ये बात सच है कि प्रधानमंत्री जी ने रैली के बाद बीसी लीडर्स के साथ मिलते हुए ये कहा कि इटला जी को वोट कीजिए, हम उन्हें सीएम बनाएंगे?
वो तो बोल दिया,
प्रधानमंत्री जी ने बोला है ये?
प्रधानमंत्री जी ने खुद कहा. तो 35-36 पीपल है, हर एक समाज का राष्ट्र अध्यक्ष. बातचीत होते टाइम पे सिंस इंडिपेंडेंस कमांड आंध्र प्रदेश एंड तेलंगाना में कभी भी ओबीसी मुख्यमंत्री नहीं बना. इस बार आप लोग जिताइए, मैं इटला जी को मुख्यमंत्री बनाएंगे.
सबसे बड़ा हेडलाइन ये है कि आप केसीआर जी को डायरेक्ट टक्कर दे रहे हैं गजवेल, और वहाँ रेवंत रेड्डी डायरेक्ट टक्कर दे रहे हैं केसीआर जी को कामारेड्डी. एक तरीके से देखेंगे तो दोनों का ही एक पर्सनल ग्रज है अगेंस्ट केसीआर. शुड वी रीड इट इन दैट वे?
पर्सनल ग्रज नहीं है, डेमोक्रेटिक प्रोसेस को ख़त्म कर चुका है ने. एक नया सिस्टम को तेलंगाना को दिया है. तो करप्शन के बारे में, जो करप्शन करना, पैसा कमाना, इलेक्शन में पैसा खर्च करना, जो धर्म को ख़त्म करना, वो प्रैक्टिस है. सभी सिस्टम को ख़त्म कर चुका है. इसीलिए डेमोक्रेसी को बचाना बोले तो, तेलंगाना को बचाना बोले तो इनको हराना जरूरी है, इसलिए मैं खड़ा रहा हूँ।
और आप रेवंत रेड्डी को कामारेड्डी में डायरेक्टली वो सीएम को चुनौती दे रहे हैं, शायद से वो भी कांग्रेस के सीएम प्रोबेबल फेस है, किस तरीके से देखते हैं आप?
उनका पार्टी के बारे में उनको पूछो। हमारा पार्टी में तो पक्का नेक्स्ट टाइम हमारा पार्टी जो वादा करता है वो अमल करता है।
In Chegunta Mandal of the Medak district, eligible beneficiaries such as the Yadavs own flocks of sheep at 75% subsidy granted by KCR. But those who have been left out are unhappy.
అన్న పోయినసారి ఓట్ ఎవరికి ఇచ్చినావు?
కేసీఆర్కి వేసినాం,
ఎందుకు?
అది ఇష్టం ఉండి వేసినాం మేము అంతే.
ఈసారి
I voted for Car last time. This time around, I'm not sure.
వస్తలేదు.
Whoever gives me money, I will vote for them.
ఏమంటే
I don't get welfare schemes since I'm not a Yadav.
scenes that you will only find in the rural areas, and in this beautiful constituency of Dubaka, what farmers are doing right now is drying the paddy grains to remove the moisture of them, and after this they will be packing them in rice sacks and then sending off to the mills. 70% of the BC population comprising the Mudiraj community, the same community where Itala Rajender, BJP's OBC face, hails from, is engaged in this profession, and it's a traditional profession. In fact, if you move forward, you will find vast acres of agricultural land, and key theme for any party, because this is one community or one big source of core vote bank politics, which we are seeing play out from all sides, especially for KCR also. It's an important community. He has covered them with schemes like Raitu Bandhu and other schemes alike, especially for paddy farmers. So let's find out what is the mood on the ground. ఇప్పుడు ప్రెజెంట్ గా పరిస్థితి ఏముంది ఇక్కడ?
We own 8 acres land but receive Raitu Bandhu for only 3 acres land. He hasn't even waived off our loans. KCR made big promises but failed to implement them. We are not receiving 24 hours free power supply.
మీకే ఆసరా, మీ ఫ్యామిలీ మెంబర్స్ కి ఆసరా పెన్షన్ ఇది వస్తారా?
ఆసరా పింఛన్ అంటే మా అమ్మ వితంతు.
Yes, my mother receives it.
ఆసరా పింఛన్ అంటే నరేంద్ర
We will support BCCM because we receive central schemes on time. But Raitu Bandhu doesn't come in time. We want more political representation. Here Congress is winning. Our local candidate, Cheruku Srinivas, has done a lot for us. We will vote for Congress here and vote for Modi at the centre. Revanth Reddy will become the CM even if he's not a BC leader. There is a Congress wave in Telangana. Surveys are predicting at least 45 to 50 seats for them.
In Dubaka constituency, currently held by BJP MLA Raghunandan Rao, we visit the weaver community comprising the Nilakanta and Padmashali community. Their livelihood depends on these spinning wheels.
So many beautiful saris, all cotton saris, and that's the speciality of the weaver community here in Dubak. In fact, if you go towards other constituencies also, this is actually the real beauty and pride of Telangana. थोड़ा बताइए साड़ी के बारे में. Pochampalli, yes.
Pochampalli model.
Pochampalli model design is Pochampalli, and in fact, as you can see, it's such a labor-intensive process. They are physically making the saris, which takes anywhere 48 hours लगता है ना? 48 hours it takes to make these saris.
एक सारी 48 hours.
This is the beauty of Telangana, and certainly Pochampalli design is something that's now world famous.
50 సంవత్సరాలు సమझा.
ఇప్పుడు బీసీ ముఖ్యమంత్రి చేస్తారు, బీజేపీ నుంచి ఒక పెద్ద ప్రామిస్ ఉంది, దానిపైన మీ ఒపీనియన్స్ ఏంటి?
బీసీ ముఖ్యమంత్రి కావడంలో
We wholeheartedly welcome a BC CM because more than 60% of the voters are from the BC community. Though under KCR's rules, suicides have reduced, but our lives have not improved drastically. We demand a monthly assistance of 2,000 rupees for the entire weaver community. Right now, KCR is distributing money to only select few BC communities, those who actually are financially stable.
Coming up on the other side of the break, will the unemployment issue hurt the BRS? Is the anti-incumbency wave being driven by the youth? This is what a typical day in the life of a government job aspirant looks like. But for 30-year-old Pramod, an aspiring district collector, life has been in limbo. Despite qualifying through Group 1 exams twice, the paper leaks and subsequent delay has crushed his dreams and burdened responsibilities, including looking after aging parents. Pramod is not alone. Some of them are first-time exam takers, but an overwhelming number of them have been desperately waiting for government jobs since the past 9.5 years now. The desperation is such that aspirants even lock their reserved seats in public libraries as more and more hapless candidates trickle in looking for space and for solace. In the 2023 elections, unemployment in the public sector of Telangana is the biggest poll plank for all the parties. The Congress has promised to overhaul the State Public Service Commission Board, while Modi took potshots at BRS over its failed promises.
तेलंगाना की सरकार ने युवाओं के साथ सबसे बड़ा विश्वासघात किया है। टीएस पीएससी परीक्षा की तैयारी कर रहे छात्रों को 9 वर्षों से सिर्फ और सिर्फ धोखा मिल रहा है। छात्रों ने वर्षों तक परीक्षा होने का इंतजार किया और जब परीक्षा का ऐलान हुआ तो पेपर लीक हो गया। बीआरएस की नाकामी ने तेलंगाना की एक पूरी पीढ़ी का भविष्य बर्बाद कर दिया।
TSPSC issue has put you on a sticky wicket because there's a lot of youth unrest, and the fact that you've not been able to give the unemployment allowance of 3,000
Like
rupees.
I said, 90% of the promises were fulfilled. One of the promises that was not fulfilled from the last manifesto was unemployment. And that's primarily because of COVID. You know, COVID has really destroyed our economics for 2 years. We almost suffered a loss of 1 lakh crores of revenue. So therefore, this is one promise that we could not fulfill. Yes, the Public Service Commission issue was a bit of a challenge, but the exams have been reconducted and hopefully the results will come out and people will be happy.
But job notification has been issued, 90,000 jobs will be fulfilled. But what about TSPSC being overhauled? A lot of students say they want the UPSC model. The board in itself has been accused of letting down those aspirations.
UPSC actually came to TSPSC. They said it's one of the best models. UPSC chairman was here. I met with him. So please give us credit because, you know, we have done exceedingly well. You know, in the past, Andhra Pradesh Public Service Commission was always fraught with allegations. Whereas after TSPSC has been formed, there have been a number of reforms which have made it one of the best in the country. There will be glitches. From time to time, there will be challenges. What matters is how you deal with them. You know, you said confidence of the unemployed and youth. We'll certainly work on that. And like you said, overhaul of the entire Public Service Commission, absolutely. That is high on the agenda as well. We'll certainly look at it.
Today at the City Central Library, I am being joined by a group of students from all backgrounds, and the reason why we've brought students from all backgrounds is because each of them has their own story to tell. But there is only one common factor. A government job not only brings in stability, but it is also a matter of great respect that comes with it. Some of them want to be collectors, some of them want to be teachers, some of them want to be engineers. Now we're going to go across to them and know how and why they feel disappointed, if at all, that they have been with the letdown in the government exams. So firstly, आपके पास आना चाहूँगी, आप कहाँ से हैं और आपने कितने बार एग्जाम्स क्वालिफाई किया है?
मैं अभी तेलंगाना में वरंगल से हूँ। अभी तक तो मैंने 2 बार अटेम्प्ट किया हूँ। पिछली बार 2018, अभी तो TSPSC स्टेट पब्लिक कमीशन में असिस्टेंट इंजीनियर के लिए प्रिपेयर हो रहा हूँ। अभी तो एग्ज़ाम तो हो गया, पर एक बार पेपर लीकेज हुआ और पोस्टपोन भी हुआ। अभी तक तो 2 बार अटेम्प्ट किया हूँ मैडम मैंने.
Do you think that by revamping TSPSC, because KT Rama Rao, IT Minister, says that UPSC board had actually came and congratulated the state government for the TSPSC work. What changes do you think needs to be brought in as far as TSPSC is concerned? Because paper leakage happened through one of their members only.
Yes, ma'am. Firstly, I would like to condemn the statements of Mr. KTR because there is no way the board of UPSC congratulating TSPSC, which is Telangana State Public Service Commission, because they have given notification last year, like 18 months before, Group 1, Group 2, Group 3, Group 4, jobs varying from a clerk to the district collector. So every guy who has at least 10th class of qualification to PG qualification, they can write these examinations. So since last year, like 18 months before, they have conducted Group 1 examination twice. First they conducted last year in the month of October, that was cancelled due to paper leakage. Again they conducted this year in the month of June, they again cancelled because of some transparency issue. So since 18 months, we have come to the same junction to back to square one.
Now it's almost 14 months, ma'am. I've been staying here, it's almost 14 months. Now I'm currently preparing for UPSC because I lost faith in TSPSC. Because there is no transparency, there is no accountability for this TSPSC board, so I lost faith actually.
The state government in its defense says that 1,32,000 jobs have been created and 24 lakh jobs have been created in the private sector. Do you think that is enough?
Ma'am, I was working as a software professional, which was a software job, private job. But I have a dream of becoming, getting into government service and serving the people. So if I have the dream, don't I have the right to work in government sector? What do I expect from the government? Timely and transparent conduct of the examination, that is the responsibility of the government and Service Commission of Telangana State.
So 3 things that on the basis of which the Telangana movement only came about. Neelu Nidulu Niyamakalu. Now, in the last 9.5 years, what is your assessment of the state government?
Yeah, the entire movement is based on Neelu Nidulu Niyamakalu, and we have got our budget and we've got our water, and the only pending issue is jobs. And the government has failed in fulfilling the aspirations of the people of Telangana.
अभी करंट सिचुएशन क्या बोलने से घर से कुछ मनी नहीं आ रहा है हमें. फिर उनके बाद में हमारे मिनिस्टर एक ने बोला कि निरुद्योग वृत्ति करके देगा करके, उसे भी अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट वो भी अभी तक नहीं दे रहे हैं. इसके बाद इसके वजह से हमें क्या हो रहा है बोलने से बहुत ज़्यादा तकलीफ हो रहा है. हम लोग कितना दिन पढ़ सकेंगे? पढ़ने से 1 साल या 2 साल पढ़ सकेंगे ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा.
Will the BRS reign supreme, or will the Congress or the BJP be able to fill in the gaps? Telangana decides on the 30th of November.
It has been the elephant in the room that the ruling Bharat Rashtra Samiti has chosen to ignore, with the faith that other welfare schemes will assuage the concerns of the community that has been featuring prominently as far as the anti-incumbency factor is concerned. So can the BJP or Congress catch them young? 3 big things to watch out for this Telangana elections: OBC voters, women and the youth. We'll be getting you more such ground reports from Battleground Telangana. Until then, signing off with my video journalist Venkatesh. This is Swastika Das for CNN News 18.